Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Home Service Greatness Podcast. You have John and John here today with episode number 11, and it's a special episode because it's our final one for this season.
Man, let's go, Johnny. I'll tell you, this podcast journey has been a roller coaster ride, bro.
Has it?
You know, it's been up, down, I've been all over the place because honestly, it goes with the theme of pretty much our entire business journey. Like nobody gave us the rule book. Nobody told us how to do this. We basically just jumped and built the parachute on the way down.
That's right.
That's it.
It started as an idea.
Yeah.
We're brainstorming about ways that we can help add more value to not only our clients, but home service businesses in general.
Yep.
And we said, why not just get in front of a camera, talk about experiences we've had in the past, what led us to where we're at today, the journey that we've kind of encountered along the way. Yep. And it's been great. It's been rewarding.
And to think about how that mural came on the back. You
How
remember we had
about
that guy here doing the whole thing, and we had no idea what we were doing at the time. Once we had our whole studio set up, and we had our team helping us, which, by the way, you guys are incredible. And I can say the podcast is now, we're not in the batter's box. We're not on first base. We're going to second base now, right? Second season. And it's exciting stuff because we're figuring out how to really add value, how to really show up for you guys. And one thing I want you to know when you're listening to John and I is you're not going to get bullshit. You're not going to get just another podcast full of fluff. We're going to give you everything we've got in an efficient time, and hopefully with your feedback, we can only get better.
Yeah, and it's been a great journey this season. We had a couple great guests, and just to highlight what you talked about, this is not possible without our team behind the scenes. They're doing a great job. Definitely want to shout them out.
Yep.
And thank you all for tuning in to us as well, because your continued support keeps us motivated to keep pushing out great episodes.
No doubt, Johnny. So let's talk about if we can give a little bit of a background between like why we chose these episodes, right? And what's in store. I think that would be awesome for the listeners.
Okay.
So episode 1, I know our first one was turning your adversity into your advantage. Or turning your adversity to your advantage. And we brought on a friend of ours named Ryan Fox, and it got deep. We unpacked a lot of like good things, but a lot of tough things. And I'm sure a lot of listeners are able to relate to that. But we chose that because ultimately I think when we talk behind the scenes, we realize there's one common theme that every entrepreneur has, and it's tough times, it's dark times, it's adverse times. So yeah, that was an exciting episode. We learned a lot. And man, Ryan showed up.
Sure did. Great value across the board because a lot of his challenges are consistent across the board with not only what we experienced, but many of our listeners have experienced as well. So it was tremendous knowledge. And we jumped into episode number 2 where we talked about branding, right? And when it comes to branding, there's no one better than my man right here, Johnny. He's got those secrets inside and out, and he delivered so much value when it comes to making sure that your brand is on point to set yourself apart from the competition and really dominate your local market.
Man, I appreciate that. But there are people that are just, man, they make me look like I don't even know what I'm doing. Like people like Dan Antonelli, Ryan Kettering, Adam Hensley. Like these guys are on a different planet. These are the home service branding experts. And I just so happen to like have a passion for branding. So I just kind of see what they do, and I'm like, I think I can make a lion happen, right? I think we can try to make some things happen. But the cool part is I learn from, and I know you do too, but like we learn from our friends like Tommy Mello and people who have really sick brands. It's without it, your business is just like every other company on the street.
Yep, you're lost in the shuffle.
Right. You filed you filed for your tax ID. You got your DBA. You got your website. Right, you're like everybody else, but the name of the game in branding is building something super special, something that stands out, that's unique, that's tailored to the owners and the culture, and it's sick. So if you haven't listened to episode number 2, make sure you tune into it. You're going to learn a lot about branding.
No doubt about it. And then jumped into episode number 3, and we talked about the secret ingredient to a winning partnership.
That was my favorite one.
I know it was.
Yeah.
One of my favorites as well.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of people can relate. In business, first of all, it's hard to do business by yourself. It really is. You're not supposed to do life by yourself, especially not business. And when things get really hard, you need somebody you can go to war with. You need somebody that can go to bat for you. Because shit gets hard fast.
It sure does.
So for me, it was like my favorite episode was The Secret of a Winning Partnership.
But it's great to reflect back on that too, because that episode, we really unpacked things from kids in high school to what got us into our first venture together, and now we're 3, 4, 5 ventures deep and making more. And it it was really great to reflect back on the challenges that we've overcome, the success that we've had, and just thinking about the future is just really tremendous.
And remember, guys, like if you're in a partnership that's a little choppy, listen to that episode. You're going to find out some nuggets that might help you break through. If you're in a partnership that's solid, think about why it's solid and make sure that you're helping other people that you know, right? That might be in a partnership. Spread the wisdom, spread that knowledge, spread that love. Because honestly, like a rising tide raises all ships. So if you can help other people win through your successful partnership, it's only going to make your business flourish.
Yeah.
Episode 7 was by far my least favorite, and it has everything to do with numbers. So truthfully, it was a lot of value, a lot of stuff that I believe business owners need to hear. But I can tell you from coaching people that people are down to dig into mindset. People are down to grow personally and grow their culture and things of that nature. People don't really want to have that
Nobody
discussion.
likes the numbers.
No. Especially your boy, you know. But the reality is, financial planning was what episode 7 was all about, and there was a lot of takeaways. We got a lot of feedback on how we helped a lot of people with that.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's safe to say this season has been a huge learning experience for us. We learned some good things, some bad things. We did some soul searching, right? And one thing I can tell you for sure is there's a common theme when it comes to doing podcasting, at least doing it at a high level. It's consistency. Man, I can't tell you what, our content team has dragged us through the mud 10 times over because of the importance of being consistent.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more grateful for them. So
they held us accountable to a standard that was necessary to keep driving and delivering the value that you guys need. So as we close out season 1, we put it in the books, start planning for season 2 come 2024. There's something else that we want to introduce you all to. If you have not heard yet, my man Johnny published his first book, has it live on Amazon, and it's amazing when it comes to the value that he provides for all types of small business owners.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. This book right here is talk about a labor of love. So I'll get real with you guys. This was supposed to be a 30-day project. Do you remember that?
I do.
I said, dude, I'm gonna write a book in 30 days. Everybody said it's impossible. It won't happen. And the joke was on me because it definitely didn't happen. That 30 days turned into about 3 years. And the reason being is I felt in my heart and soul that a book could get executed on, and I did finish the book in 30 days. I finished the shitty version of it, right? I was just like, this is not what I'm looking for.
It was
right?
the draft.
It was the draft. It was the start. And you know what I say? You got to be bad before you become great. And so I was able to create a version that I was proud of to have finished. But then I realized over the years how to add more value, really bring the heat, how to really change people's lives. And I think that's what took this small project into something that can run for the rest of my family's lifetime, if you will, because every chapter has so much depth into it.
It sure does.
You know? It's all about helping home service providers make as much money as possible, all while making a real difference in life and helping people. So coaching people for many years, I saw the same common theme. Everybody cared about their numbers, their KPIs. They cared about their sales and whatever. And when your life is over, when you go meet your maker, you think he's going to care about what your KPIs were and what your profit and loss statement would be? He's going to look at you and he's going to say, how many lives did you change? How many people did you really inspire? And how many people did you draw closer to me, right? And for me, once I realized that business is just kind of a reflection of God's work, it started clicking, And I start talking about through chapter 1, the narrow road. And it's about every entrepreneur. And if you're listening to this, you know the fact that how dark and lonely those woods are.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And where nobody believes you, nobody believes in you, your family doubts you, you doubt yourself, you're wondering if you made the craziest decision of your life, and you did. And that narrow road, if you're blessed enough to make it out of those woods, it gets you to that spot where you can finally gaze from the bottom. And you're gazing into this mountain, which is chapter 2. And it kind of goes throughout this whole story of an entrepreneur that once they gaze through the bottom and they have that vision, Now they know where to march towards. And then they fight all these things on eventually to get to that top where they see that big, beautiful bell and they smash that bell so hard. And that noise not only allows the people down low to see them and to know that that home service provider exists, but it's the churches, the nonprofits, the employees, it's the people that are that live in that town that can't help but look up as well. And now your job is to make sure that you show up for them. Because now that they know you exist, it's your job to go make the money and make the impact.
And that's what it is. This book is full of value. Not only did John write years of his life into this book, but he spent time with some of the most influential people in the industry on interviews, that all of this is just full of golden nuggets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And when I say I'm proud of you for getting this thing done and published and hitting that goal, dude, that's an understatement.
Appreciate you, man.
I know how much work went into it, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What a great read.
Yeah. And I can't tell you, I think one of the things I wasn't expecting was when I finally made the announcement, before I finally hit publish on Facebook or Instagram or any of those spots, one of the things that really caught me off guard was just the amount of support that was out there. People posting pictures and saying, so excited to read this, and it was really impactful in my life. So I want to thank everybody for the support, for taking our chance and reading the book. I hope it's going to change your life. And if you'd like to find the book, it's on Amazon. Somehow it hit a bestseller within the first week, and it's been staying there. So just do me a favor. If you find value in it, make sure you share it with somebody else who can benefit from it as well.
So as we close out season 1, it was great to reflect on all the value that we were able to provide through the different episodes. Great having the guests that we've had on. We have a lot of great things in the works that we're excited to launch here pretty soon. Until then, we want to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season, and of course a very prosperous new year as we enter 2024. But until next time, we out.